Welcome to the Foundry by Forge College. I'm your host, and in today's explainer, integrating bundlers and paymasters into smart wallets. We are finally taking all those scattered, kind of Frankenstein-like pieces from our account abstraction workbench, and we're wiring them up into a well-oiled, totally seamless transaction pipeline. If you've been following along with our wallets, account abstraction, and key management track, well, this is it. This is the exact moment we hook the engine right up to the drivetrain. And hey, hopefully, without any explosions. Now, you've already figured out how paymasters tick in our previous lesson, paymaster roles, costs, and security, right? So you know the risks, you know the rules of the road, you understand the costs, and you've seen exactly what happens when a paymaster flat out rejects a transaction. But today it's time to build the actual code-level wiring inside your smart wallet to handle all of this automatically. We're moving away from running isolated little scripts, and we're engineering a real, seamless runtime flow. Here's our integration blueprint for today. We've got 1. The integration blueprint, 2. Stage A, wiring adapters, 3. Stage B, sign and submit, 4. Stage C, paymaster handling, 5. Testing the machine, and 6. Security and wrap-up. Number 1. The integration blueprint, the assembly line. Okay, so we absolutely need a clear mental map for this integration. Up until now, you've probably been running these separate, messy scripts. Well, today we're shifting that directly into the wallet's runtime flow with a super clean 3-stage assembly line. First up, the wiring, basically creating the adapter plug to connect to the outside world. Second is signing and submission, where we slap a tamper-proof package label on our payload. And third, response handling, which is our meticulous quality control check when that package comes back. Number 2, Stage A, wiring adapters. All right, let's start with Stage A. To keep things nice and clean, we need to encapsulate all those messy HTTP network interactions into a single reusable module. I want you to think of the submit UserOp function as, well, a universal electrical travel adapter. It totally isolates the complex bundler protocol details from their wallet's core business logic. By wrapping your communications in this one simple adapter plug, you can swap out bundlers later as easily as changing a light bulb. It's just clean modular engineering. Number 3, Stage B, sign and submit. So moving down the line, we have our adapter ready to go. But we obviously can't just shove raw data through it. We need a tamper-proof shipping label, and in our world, that's known as the UserOp hash. The really crucial point here is that you absolutely must deterministically compute this hash, and then attach your wallet's explicit signature to it before the package ever leaves your app. This proves you authorize the exact operation. That way, a bad actor can't just swap your digital gold for, I don't know, a digital potato while it's in transit. And this 4-step sequence, it is completely non-negotiable. First, you construct the raw operation with all the right data. Second, compute that unique UserOp hash. Third, sign it with your configured signer. And fourth, send it off via the bundler client. Following this exact order guarantees your wallet pipeline correctly merges the raw data with the signature, hitting that adapter plug we just built perfectly every single time. Number 4, Stage C, paymaster handling. Okay, the package is out, and the bundler brings back a response from the paymaster that we need to carefully inspect. And right here is where our logic splits. If the paymaster signs off and everything is valid, awesome. We happily set an internal flag. We're in the sponsored scenario, and the user pays no gas. But if there's an error or a context mismatch, man, it's exactly like your credit card getting declined at the drive-thru. Your smart wallet can't just freeze up in a panic. It has to gracefully handle that error or automatically trigger a self-funded retry path so the user still gets their digital burger. Number 5, testing the machine. Now, with the wiring complete, we absolutely must run some end-to-end tests to ensure our brand new machine doesn't just blow up in production. In our Forge College programs, we are always emphasizing checking off these exact acceptance criteria. You need unit tests to assert your operation fields are built right. You need to verify the bundler actually returns your UserOp hash. Check your logs to ensure sponsorships are actually recognized. And crucially, prove your wallet reliably triggers that retry path whenever a rejection happens. Number 6, security and wrap-up. Before we wrap up this blueprint, we need to implement the final and honestly the most critical layer of quality control. If you take away just one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. Never, ever blindly trust paymaster-provided gas or context. Trusting a paymaster's arbitrary return values without running local sanity checks is literally like letting a random stranger on the street set your taxi fare. You might get a free ride, or your wallet might get completely drained. You have to be your own bouncer here. You must perform signature validation on any data the paymaster hands you. Run local sanity checks on gas fields, especially the max fee per gas, so you aren't tricked into paying some exorbitant rate. And use explicit state flags, like an is-sponsored flag, so your app's UI tells the user exactly what's happening. You have to enforce these strict security mitigations locally, so your smart wallet never falls victim to silent failures or manipulated payloads. All right, let's do a super quick recap of our completed assembly line. We've successfully isolated our submission logic by building a clean adapter plug. We've ensured our payloads are tamper-proof by deterministically signing the user op hash. We've established strict rules to validate paymaster responses locally so we don't get tricked, and we've run our end-to-end tests against both sponsored and rejected scenarios. So, we've built the assembly line, but here is the real question to leave you with. If your smart wallets are now ready to safely negotiate their own gas behind the scenes, what other centralized middlemen are about to become completely obsolete in your application? You are officially moving beyond basic scripts and stepping into robust, production-ready account abstraction. To prepare for our upcoming capstone project and dive even deeper into advanced Web3 engineering, make sure you visit forge.college. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep building, and I'll catch you in the next one.